Hi, I wanted to talk about two pedals that I use now, and I am still a clean player. I actually grew up playing with a lot of pedals, but actually, I wouldn't say I despise pedals, but I like a clean tone. I like something that my fingers can work, and there's all sorts of guys on the internet, and anytime they try guitars or not so much pedals, but guitars, they have the stuff through distortion. There's a lot of guys writing about Helix and Kemper models and things of that nature. Um, I love the purity of my fingers and what my fingers are able to do. Even when it comes to me trying to learn the cello, there even now cello is trying to like process a lot of the sound. So anyway, get the drift. I love the organic sound of the actual guitar. I love acoustic guitar a lot. I love the telly, but I got a wonderful amp, and as many of you guys have known, I've been playing through it. It's a Langy amp, and it's basically I wouldn't say a clone. It's a boutique amp. The guy who made it did a wonderful job. It's basically a '57 um, custom tweed type thing with an 8-inch speaker. I hate big amps. I never liked them, and my primary amp has always been Henriksen. I have a lot of guitars, but I only had one amp probably for the past 10, 12 years, which has been a Henriksen. And I just got a Henriksen Bud, which I still play a lot, and I love that amp. It's just perfect for me and my style and what I do. I want simplicity. It's like plug and go. Plug my thing in there, my thing, me, my guitar, and basically straight no chaser and play. But I got an opportunity to get this amp, and I have to say, it's an amazing amp because it kind of opens up the sonic possibilities. And so the speakers are not really big or anything like that, but I want to show you a little bit about it. So this is, you get a couple of different songs. So this is the amp itself. These are the controls. Fairly simple and straightforward. A volume and tone. It's got a three-way switch that can kind of get you to a little bit warmer, mid-warm, and a little bit more bassy, put it that way. Okay? And here are the two effects that I plug in because this doesn't have a plug-in reverb. I use a Malekko spring reverb, and I just started messing around with, I guess, a Tube Screamer clone. I've looked at reviews of it, of a lot of Tube Screamers, and this ended up being something I really, $35, you can't beat it. At some point, I'll do a more full review of it. So these are the two things I have on there. So anyway, you get the idea. Pretty much a clean tone, and I try to use the Tube Screamer Joyo more as like a boost as opposed to the distortion part. So right now you're getting just a clean tone. There's no Malekko Spring Chicken or no vintage reverb plugged in. So all tube. The reason I love stuff like this is because there's nothing separating you from the instrument. It's just what you can pull out of it. And basically, it's your fingers, in this case, a blue chip pick. It's all about the tone. And then, good tube amp can do that. You don't need any effects. You don't need the pedals. You don't need to be a shredder and things like that. But there are some guys who use some of these pedals, and the tone comes out really, really beautifully. And so you heard what it sounds like with nothing. There's no effects. It's a dry signal. This is almost like, it's not an arch top. Let's be real. But I love tellies, and this is just beautiful. I'm in the neck pickup and the Lawler humbucker in there. I'm gonna kick in the reverb so you can hear it a little bit. Nice and warm, and I only have this thing very, very low. Okay, let's put it that way. So I'm gonna kick off the Spring Chicken Reverb, and I'm going to play the vintage Overdrive Joyo. But before I play that, I'm gonna play it the normal way. That's the dry tone. I'm gonna kick this in. And the setting that I have it on is basically as a boost. Very little drive, and the volume is mid level. A little bit of tone in there. So that's basically being used as a boost signal. Without it. Back on. If you want a little overdrive, I'm going to put a little overdrive in there. No reverb coloring the sound of that stuff. If I want more drive, I've got it like at 12 o'clock. That's it at 12 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock. Not my style, so I'd never have it that much. So I like to use it where I can actually hear the individual notes. Personal choice. If I use reverb, a little old now, so it's not about trying to shred like Van Halen. So I'm going to introduce the Spring Chicken Malekko back in. Reverb. There you have it. Long video, but hope you stayed to the end.